What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's talk politics. Something we never really get into. Now, a lot of people are talking about the president and everything that he was doing in office is now starting to unravel in front of him, and that's true. And it's just here's the scenario, and the Republican Party is basically responsible for this because they don't seem to understand or learn from the mistakes that everybody seems to be making. Um, Donald Trump has failed with the health care yet again, and it's because in your first 100 days, you want to take on something easier. He'd have had a much easier time with education. The Republicans made the same mistake as what I felt Obama made a mistake at. Is trying to come in and correct healthcare. Healthcare is a dangerous and it's a long, strenuous thing to get done. When you first come in there, your first 100 days, you want to have some bill signed and something in place to hold it. Oh, the fact that they were able to come up with Obamacare was amazing to get something that was passable by the House and the Senate. It was unbelievable how this whole thing and this whole ordeal just fell out. Now Trump is saying, "Oh, we'll just let Obamacare fail because our plan keeps getting shut down." Now the Republicans run the House and the Senate now. Why they can't get this health care bill approved? Why? Because it still has the same problems before when it was with Obamacare. It's the same thing. You're just changing the names and the numbers. It's not going to be approved. It's not. You can't. The numbers don't add up. So if the numbers don't add up, you're gonna face a lot of red flags with these bills. Who's gonna pay for it? There's not enough Democrats to really ruffle the feathers. Look, Republicans and Democrats both don't like this health care bill. And it's always gonna be like that. There are gonna be some type of revisions in there that they want in there. They're gonna have to rewrite the bill over and over again. So now, of course, Donald Trump's like, we were we were let down by a lot of Democrats and a few Republicans. Most Republicans were loyal, terrific, and worked very hard. We will return. I have always said let Obamacare fail and then come together and do great health care plan. Stay tuned. So all of his talk is basically going to be on social media. Never seen a president tweet this much. And I guess this is the way to communicate so he won't get picked apart with questions. You see, Senators Jerry Moran from I think Kansas and Mike Lee of Utah announced that they would not support taking up a bill repealing or replacing the Obamacare, which was effectively blocking the legislation. So all the Republicans in the Senate are now short of having the support to pass their legislation, raising all the questions about Trump and him achieving his goal of ending Obamacare. So on Monday night, Trump suggested that they're going to appeal and then replace Obamacare, talking about Republicans should just repeal the failing Obamacare now and work on a new health care plan that will start from a clean slate. Then the Democrats would just have to join in. And he's saying just do the action and watch people jump all in line. When you do that, people are looking at the fallout from something like that. You take away people's health care, you're gonna have a big fall. It's gonna make more of a financial mess than actually helping people. You have Republicans like senators like Susan Collins from Maine, Rand Paul from Kentucky, who previously spoken out against the Senate's health care legislation. And the majority leader, which is Mitch McConnell from Kentucky, he said late Monday that the Senate will now try to separate the repeal and replace of Obamacare. In the coming days, the Senate will vote to take up the House bill with the First Amendment in order being of what a majority of the Senate has already supported already. So that was vetoed by Obama, and repeat of Obamacare with a 2-year delay to provide for a stable transitional period. Look, some Republican senators, whatever, has previously signaled their support for separating the repealed and replacing of Obamacare. That was always put into place. But it's easier said than done. Because to get something else approved, how? But by saying, let's let something fail, you're basically giving them a tagline to use to slander yourself with. They're going to think you're criminal. It's sinister. I know what he means by that. He's saying, look, this system, the Obamacare plan, is not going to work. Obamacare has problems. Everybody knows that. The rates are too high. People cannot afford those rates. The rates were always going to go up, and then they were going to battle again. All the Obamacare did was provide health care early on for people, give them low rates. It's just like paying a low interest rate. Then over years, it's going to go up. The fixed thing, you're paying a fixed income rate. Then it's going to go up to what it's originally going to cost. So it's like your cable bill. The first year is great. Then when that deal and special go out, then here comes what the bill really costs. Now everybody's up in arms. So with these rates so high now for the healthcare bill, all it did was buy a lot of time. Now Obama's gone. Now this is your puppy to deal with. Y'all got to find out how to make it back affordable for the Americans. That's your goal. All you should do is retweak it, but now Trump wants to destroy all of it and start from scratch. And they like, look, all the work we put in just to get to this point, to have somebody come in and shut it down and start all over again, that's a 4-year headache when you should have just started with the education bill. That would have been much easier to get done than healthcare. Then you would have something of support to stand on, to say, look what I've gotten accomplished in my first 100 days. Now you've had nothing to show for it except for a failed nationwide ban. Now you got this failed attempt. I mean, this was the best thing. This is why I said when people were like, he robbed the election, let's protest. I said, well, they got him in there. Okay, let's see what he do. He's in there. No matter if the Russians did it or whatever, let them do they due diligence. Let him see how the job is. This is the job he wanted. Let's see if it's what he really wants. Let's see how you do at the job. And he's proven to be inept as a president of the United States of America. Because there's one part of it that he seems to be missing, and that's commander-in-chief. Donald Trump is not a commander-in-chief. He doesn't have the decorum to be president of the United States of America. He does not have diplomatic decorum. And because of that, he's inept to be president of the United States. But to show you how much they don't care about any of this anymore, that's how far we've dropped. They would let somebody like this be the president, and people would still fall behind him. That's how badly things have gotten. And that's my take on that.